Part of the attraction of this was the chance to destroy her once and for all.
I see the general manager's duties have been tailored to suit your talents, Jilly.
$250,000 can buy a lot of happiness. Of course, it's worthless unless revenge wins.
I could never choose a career before Dan the way you did.
Biggest mistake I ever made was letting you back under my skin.
You shot him.
And I spent 7 years in jail regretting it.
He can win this race for us, Jilly.
I don't care. I want you to call off that ridiculous bet with Stephanie.
Can't do that.
You won't.
Just hold on for a minute there. There we are, you see, Jilly. The perfect bet. Tara's pride and revenge at the Melbourne Cup. And if revenge wins, we'll hold on to Harper Mining forever.
If that thing wins, we lose everything.
Oh, come on, Jilly, relax. Obviously, your sister has.
Oh, Jake, accepting her bet. Can't you see it's some sort of trick?
Don't start that again.
We've still got time. Why don't we just take the money and go?
What, and end up as criminals stuck in Rio? I've got better things to do with my life.
You didn't think it was such a bad idea before.
Well, I had no choice then. Stephanie's given me a second chance.
We've still got the payroll, Jake. Please, let's just take everything and go.
No, and put that money back before somebody notices it's gone missing.
Good luck. We have to get our American visas organized.
Right. Good luck.
Bye. Bye. Why are you looking at me like that? You think I've gone mad?
No. But there's something worrying you. Something else.
Found this on my pillow this morning.
Nice one of Dan.
Not one of your little jokes, is it?
No. Why would I bother?
Well, somebody did.
I'll let them know at reception.
You
can't let revenge run, Jake. Scratch him.
Then I'd forfeit everything.
What?
The rules of the bet are that if one horse doesn't run, the other's deemed the winner.
Oh, you bloody idiot. Agreeing to it. Of course, it could work for us.
Only if something happens to Tara's pride.
Yes, exactly.
Forget it, Jilly.
Selective integrity. This from Genghis Khan.
When I give my word, I keep it.
Yes, especially to Stephanie.
To anyone. Don't start that again. Part of the attraction of this was the chance to destroy her once and for all.
Dear me. Bitterness. She really has pricked your masculine ego.
Yeah, touche, Jilly.
If you'd leave it to me, we'd win. But, since you won't...
What?
Well, I have to be a dutiful wife, don't I?
Your money or your virtue?
Have to be my money. You're a bit late for anything else.
That's a relief. It's really your money I'm after.
Oh, pity. How much?
Well, I reckon we'll need quite a bit.
Whenever you say we, that usually means trouble. How much?
60,000.
Wow. My virtue would have been cheaper. What's it for?
Putting a horse.
What?
Tara's pride in the Melbourne Cup.
Haven't the Harpers bet enough on that bloody race?
But this is for me. I mean us. I can still get 5 to 1 on that horse.
No way. You are not getting any money out of me for a horse.
But it's the start we need, $250,000. Give or take a thou or two.
There's that word we again. Oh. Are you trying to tell me something, or is it just the money you want?
I mean it. Us. As in you and me. Together. But I'm not starting married life either broke or dependent on Mother.
Married life? Did I hear right?
You'd be amazed at things you have to do to get a woman to say yes these days. Well, will you?
Pay up or marry you?
Either. Or both.
Oh, it'll have to be both. Just because I've been a fool all my life. You're not going to make me a bigger one, are you?
No. I promise. Very amusing, Jilly. That's what I mean.
Yes. Yes, I know. Yeah. Will you let me get a word in edgeways? Look, it's quite simple. All you have to do is sell at the price I'm asking you to sell at. Yeah, and just call me back when it's done. Do you understand? Yes, I'm still here.
It's a pity Jessica had to be at the theatre so early.
Yeah, she was a mass of nerves. Left an hour before she had to.
Well, we can still toast her health. To Jessica.
Jessica.
Hello, Dr. Marshall? No, I'm afraid she's gone to the theatre. Yes, of course I'll tell her. Thank you.
Something wrong?
Oh, it was just Jessica's agent. Apparently Saul Grossman is going to be in the audience tonight.
The American film director.
Yes, they're doing a co-production here next year, and he wants to screen test Jess.
That's wonderful. Hollywood.
Yes. I had a word today with the owner of the clinic. Apparently, he's had another offer of partnership. I'll have to make up my mind very shortly.
I thought you'd made up your mind.
Yes, I have. But it's Jessica that I'm worried about, even without the possibility of a film contract.
It won't be forever. She may not even get the part.
Long enough to give her a taste of something other than being a doctor's wife in the middle of nowhere.
Well, if that's where your future lies, Jessica will have to make the choice.
That has a familiar ring about it, doesn't it? Mrs. Dan Marshall or a career? to sit through that one again, I'm afraid.
Mrs. Jilly Sanders, would you please call at the Qantas information counter?
Forget it, Jake. It's too late to stop me now.
It's not Jake, but I do want to stop you, Jilly.
Who is this?
It doesn't matter, but I suggest you don't go to Rio. Stay around. We can still win this one.
What are you talking about?
We may need each other. You'll be hearing from me after the Melbourne Cup. You're really not going to let her win. Not you, Jilly.
Sorry I've been so long. There's no use sulking, you know. Honestly, you're like a little kid. Daddy says no and you throw a tantrum. It's all right, we'll win. Hey? Oh, no, you're not pretending to be asleep again.
Going somewhere?
I thought you'd gone.
Flying down to Rio. Some other time.
You thought about it, though?
Oh, I did more than that. I was on my way, and then I thought, no, let's see this through to the end, however bitter.
If you had gone, I'd have killed you.
Very dramatic.
Maybe the police couldn't find you in Rio, but I could. I've got my contacts.
You couldn't stop me going anywhere if I really wanted to.
No? No. Well, you try it again, huh? And I'll find you. And once you've had my son, I'll kill you.
If you're so worried about your precious heir, make sure there's something for him to inherit.
Oh, there will be.
You really think you've cornered the market in luck, don't you?
I have.
You seem to have forgotten. Luck's something you have to create.
Something's happened, hasn't it? Eh? Seen a vision? Been hearing voices?
Maybe I have. But I have decided I'm not going to let Stephanie get away with this.
It will be a fair race.
Make love to me, Jake. Now.
All the money's back where it belongs, so don't get any smart ideas.
Shame about Rio. I was so looking forward to meeting the great train robber.
Well, you'll be able to go with my blessing. Once we've won the bet, you won't have to come back till the baby's born.
I see the general manager's duties have been tailored to suit your talents, Jilly.
I'm versatile, but that's never been your strong point, has it, sister dear?
Then you won't mind moving house again. I've taken Eden back. I want you out by Cup Day. Jake, the terms of our bet laid out in full. I've already signed.
Don't you believe in a gentleman's agreement?
Certainly, when I'm dealing with a gentleman. Are you going to witness it, Jilly?
Jilly?
Well, that seems to be in order. I must have this office redecorated. I'll see to it after the race.
After the race, you'll be the nothing you so richly deserve to be.
Don't hold your breath, Jilly. On second thought, do. Am I allowed to ask about Cassie?
Do you mean, do I really love her?
Well, it's a reasonable question.
Would I have asked her to marry me if I didn't?
You asking me that, your much-married mother?
Speaking of divorce, how's Dan?
Oh, poor Dan. I hope he's all right.
Jessica is probably exactly what he deserves. I mean, needs.
You're a wicked boy.
That photograph you found, did you find any more?
No. I've forgotten about that. Why do you ask?
I've got one too. I've had this strange feeling over the last couple of weeks that I've been followed.
Jilly disguised as a horse.
Jilly.
Oh, boy. This won't hurt a bit. We'll be over soon.
Just hold it right there.
She doesn't give up, does she, our Jilly? Oh, darling, you all right?
Come on, Jilly, cut the act. Jilly.
I must have overslept.
The police are downstairs.
What do they want?
As if you didn't know.
What did you tell them?
I told them you hadn't left the house. What the hell do you think you're playing at?
I was trying to save both our skins. Damn, Dennis.
I ought to break your neck.
Spare me your threats.
If you try any more tricks like that, I'll keep you prisoner in the house.
I love it when you're masterful.
Do you? I don't want my kid to be born in jail.
And I don't want him born on Poverty Row. Does this mean the honeymoon's over?
Don't keep the police waiting.
This whole thing has got completely out of hand. You'll have to call it off.
And forfeit the bet? No way.
You could have been badly hurt. Jilly's bound to try again.
Oh, I doubt it. I'm sure she's had a little visit from the police by now.
They won't be able to do anything.
Jilly won't get a second chance. Tara's pride is flying to Melbourne today. Once he's there, we'll keep him under wraps.
I don't like it.
Well, it's too late now. Tara's pride has to race.
More than that, he has to win.
So why don't you come back to me? You're 1,000 miles away.
I just can't help waiting for that telephone to ring.
You mean Hollywood? If Saul Grossman was still interested, he would have rung by now.
You know something? You're really very good on that play.
You sound surprised.
I suppose so. I guess it's one thing being in love with you. It's quite another facing the fact that, as an actress, you're magic.
Thanks, Dan, but I think you're biased.
Well, of course I am, but your American film director must have seen that, too.
Yes, but he's lost my agent's telephone number and he can't use a phone book, so what the hell? Dan, we can be all right if you let us.
Sure, with you in Hollywood and me on an island. Sounds like the perfect relationship.
Don't be silly. Hollywood isn't going to happen. It's just a fantasy.
I hope so.
You don't have to go to the hospital this morning.
Well, but it might be safer if I did.
Let it ring.
Hello, Dan Marshall. Yes, she's here. Saul Grossman. Calling from Los Angeles.
I haven't a clue where Tara's pride will be stabled in Melbourne. And if I did know, you'd be the last person I'd tell.
How touching. Taking your fiancé's side.
Get out, Jilly.
Tasteless is in this year, I see.
Yes, that's one of the designs you approved before you left.
Oh, very witty. You and Dennis should make a lovely couple. Which reminds me, there's one thing you haven't considered. Domestic bliss won't last long if you're broke. Dennis is from the I Need My Creature Comforts School of Love.
You can't bribe me.
Look at it. $250,000 can buy a lot of happiness. Of course, it's worthless unless revenge wins. I won't have funds to put into the account otherwise. might happen.
I don't want it, Jilly.
Don't be an idiot. I hear you're going to bet big. What if you lose? I can nobble Tara's pride. And if it doesn't show for the race, Jake and I win. You'll have a guarantee for the future. 250 grand.
Dennis loves me.
I give the relationship a month if he's broke. No job, no money, no wedding. You know him as well as I do. Call me.
You really shouldn't tell lies to the police, Dennis. Wasting their time like that.
You've blown your last chance, Jilly. You're stuck with a fair race now.
You're trespassing.
No, you are. As of midnight last night, Eden officially belongs to Mummy. Great day for a swim. Maybe a pool at your new place? No, no. You won't be able to afford it.
Is this your juvenile way of getting back at me? Hmm?
What do you expect me to do? Ignore the fact that you nearly killed me? Aren't you going to congratulate me on my engagement? I'm sure you're thrilled that we're all so happy.
Thank you. Need new car, ashtrays full stop. Put 1,000 on Tara's pride for me, love, Jono.
Suppose the check's in the mail.
Jono's checks are eternally in the mail.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
Oh, I'm just not used to having every cent I own riding on a horse that might be blown away at any moment.
Don't worry, Cassie, the money's not on yet. I want you to put it on.
Why?
Dennis has a few unsettled debts with some of the bookies.
Besides, they don't know you. A Harper putting big money on a Harper horse might make them a little nervous. The odds might suddenly shorten.
Okay. But you know Jilly's still capable of doing anything.
Not if she doesn't know where the horse is.
He's in Melbourne, isn't he?
No. We shifted him to another stud. We lied a little.
Why should Jilly be the only devious one in the family?
I see. It's not too late to back out, is it?
Oh, I suspect it is, Cassie. I tried to talk him out of it.
We're going through with it, Cassie, all the way.
You sure the horse is safe?
Yeah. It's at the Hawkesbury stud. It's going straight to the airport from there. We're going to say goodbye if you want to come along.
No, thanks. I've got a few things I've got to finish off at work before we go down to Melbourne.
Don't lose your nerve, Cass. It's a chance of a lifetime, remember?
Well, where's the horse?
The Hawkesbury stud. It'll go from there to the airport.
Thank you.
I didn't do this for you, you bitch. It's for me and Dennis.
I hope you'll be very happy.
Cassie seemed tense.
She's just not used to taking risks. Unlike some of us. Maybe I don't have enough respect for money.
Or Cassie?
That's all changed, and I'll prove it to her as soon as we've won.
Poor old Tara's pride. There's more than a jockey riding on his back.
At least we've got Jilly back in our box.
Now, don't you underestimate her. I've made that mistake once too often.
You've taken precautions.
Have I? Yes, I suppose so. Just one question, Dennis. Do you trust Cassie?
Sure. You've been spending too much time with Jono. Okay, Lester. Not just a pretty face, are you?
Learned a thing or two from Auntie Jilly.
What'll we drink to?
Tomorrow, whatever it brings.
Victory. I guarantee it.
Whenever I hear that sort of certainty, I worry.
Oh, darling. There are ways of relieving tension. We haven't done it on Stephanie's desk yet.
I knew I'd forgotten something.
I seem to be making a habit of walking in on board meetings.
What do you want?
Well, that'll do nicely for starters. I thought we might fly down to Melbourne together in the company, Jill.
Good one, Steph.
Jilly, I'm sure there'll be room for your sister.
Actually, I've invited a few friends. They all have a vested interest in tomorrow's result.
I don't believe this.
Shake our Mal. What a surprise.
Mr. Sanders, I understand congratulations are in order, Mrs. Sanders.
I assure you, Mr. Sanders, it is I, Princess Talitha, not Stephanie.
I can see that.
Just as Stephanie has no need to hide her face from the world these days, my sister is also released from Peta.
You might all need veils when revenge wins tomorrow.
If he wins, Mrs. Sanders.
We'll see.
I'm sure we all know one another.
Well, this is becoming more of a farce by the minute. Any other surprises, Steph? Any more husbands, lovers, girlfriends?
Jilly, we're just here to see you get your comeuppance. Don't spoil it for us.
I might have done that already.
Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Depending on whether you had something to do with that strange terrorist attack on an empty horse float.
Jilly.
A full field of 24 to face the starter in this year's Melbourne Cup, and I'm led to believe there's a lot more at stake than the Melbourne Cup with the clash of Tara's pride and revenge. Revenge looks an absolute treat in the mounting yard. Its coat glistening and certainly looks in fine order for the Cup.
I was beginning to think you'd done a bunk. Take a look at the horse. It's going to make us a fortune.
Winsong sweating up badly. A half brother to last year's Cup winner.
May the best horse win.
I couldn't agree more.
Shortly the riders to be legged up for this year's Melbourne Cup. A capacity field over the grueling 3,200 metres. Revenge and Tara's pride disputing favouritism. Onto the track now for this year's Melbourne Cup and moving to the start.
They're going into the barriers.
Last couple move forward now. Countess Lizzie and Allegro with Winsong. There's Revenge taking its position. Looks in fine fettle. Just about set. Lights switched on by the starter as he mounts the platform. Stand by for a start. Gates open and racing. Countess Lizzie down towards the inside and Allegro beat them out and showing plenty of early pace was Revenge to vie for the lead with Harlequin and Cinnabar. There's Ray of Sunshine coming across from the extreme outside alley over the top further back from Jump for Joy and Rosie's Girl. Now Tara's Pride's dropped out a long and distant last as they settle fully into stride and Ray of Sunshine boots away up to the winning post the first time. Leads by 4 or 5 lengths on Revenge who's travelling well.
not over yet. Come on!
Shades of grey, Tara's Pride still back last. In advance of it was Hal's Folly from Hot Stuff and Georgie Girl. As they move to the 1800-metre mark, and Ray of Sunshine leads the way by 4 or 5 lengths on Revenge, running second and travelling well. Countess Lizzie is third from Allegro and Windsong, followed further back by Cinnabar. Then War Paint over the top on the outside from Jump for Joy, Rosie's Girl Bewitched. Hamster's Boy is back. Tara's Pride will want to get a move on. It's well back out of it. Then Georgie Girl, Hot Stuff, and Hal's Folly of Mr. Mischief. As they come up to the home turn now, and Revenge on the outside takes up the running from Ray of Sunshine. Countess Lizzie on the outside looking for a way out. They're followed further back in the field by Harry O'Brien, and Tara's Pride is worse than midfield. Well into the straight now, and Revenge takes up the running from Harry O'Brien on the outside. Revenge in front, and Tara's Pride faces a big task from that position. Revenge is in front, Harry O'Brien, and now Tara's Pride walking to the task. Revenge and Tara's Pride rattling home. Revenge still in front, Tara's Pride coming home over the top. Battling back Harry O'Brien, but Tara's Pride on the outside coming home the winner. And Tara's Pride is winning. Harry O'Brien.
Shut up, Jake, or I'll kill you.
Oh, what devastating repartee.
Mere words couldn't do justice to your idiocy.
Well, it was a calculated risk. Looks like you and I are going to have to live on our wits from now on.
My wits, you mean?
Keep in my good books, Jilly. It's only the baby holding us together. And once is born...
Congratulations. How does it feel to be the winner and the owner of the Melbourne Cup? Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. His debut.
Reach.
You all know how important it was for Tara's Pride to win today. And I'm sure you'll agree that no one deserves success more than Stephanie. And Stephanie, to Harper Mountain. And to her happiness.
Congratulations, Mother.
Thank you very much.
But I assume this is the first and last time you'll resort to gambling as a business method.
I wouldn't bet on it, Bill.
Did I tell you she's developed a taste for it?
Yes, it looks as though I'm going to need a general manager who won't balk at slapping my hand when he finds it in the cash box. Am I interested?
You certainly can, Stephanie.
Good. And of course you'll need an able-bodied assistant, won't you, Tom?
Well, thank you. My job in New York?
You could explain you had a better offer.
Yes, but Sass, what about Angelo? We agreed it was best we go to the States.
I know. But this is home. Wherever we go, we have to face what we did to Angelo.
Well, it looks like I'm outnumbered.
I'm very pleased. Will you excuse me?
Certainly.
Oh, Miss Harper. I was just telling Dr. Marshall about the wonderful news of Jessica's film role. You know, the remake of On the Beach.
I didn't know.
Oh, well, she's going to have a great career ahead of her. Everyone says so.
I'll pass on the compliment. Thank you, Mrs. Ward.
Dan, I'm so sorry.
My plane takes off at 6 in the morning.
I won't come and say goodbye, but I will miss you.
And I'll miss you. And Eden. We had some good times here.
And you and Jessica will have many, many more.
It depends on whether or not she's as brilliant as people seem to think.
What are you going to do if she doesn't want to come to the island?
Survive. Learn to be happy again on my own. That's something I picked up from you. Goodbye, Steph. Come visit me sometime.
I want to talk to my wife. Come on, mate. You know that wouldn't help anybody.
She's married to me. And I love her. Dennis, you've got to help me get her back.
Angelo. If I thought I could, I would do anything to help. But it's over. God knows you could talk her into coming back. But you only out of guilt, not love. You know that wouldn't work for either of you. Cassie, I thought you'd done a midnight flit and taken the money and run. Come here. We are going on a trip anywhere you like. First class around the world, a full bit.
No, stop it, Dennis.
What's the matter?
We lost the money.
Don't be stupid.
I put it all on revenge.
Come on, enough jokes. Where's the loot? Why?
I was sure revenge would win.
But I don't understand.
Well, it just looked like the better horse, that's all.
A little inside tip from Jilly.
I don't know what you mean.
Look at me, Cass. Look at me!
I'll make it up to you, Dennis. Things were really working for us. They still can.
Right, hell. You were the only person I could trust.
You can.
Yeah, until Jilly makes you another offer.
No, I did it for us! Please, Dennis, I love you!
I could have handled it if the money had been put on Tara's pride. At least we would have had a fighting chance.
Oh, yes. You Harpers are very good at that, aren't you? The funny thing, you always manage to bounce back. Well, I'm not a Harper. And I can't afford to take risks like that. Who the hell's going to pick me up out of the dirt? Not you!
I would have, once.
Oh, yeah. When I was useful. The biggest mistake I ever made was letting you back under my skin.
Well, you won't have to worry about it from now on. You know something, Cassie? You are really stupid. You could have held on to Jilly's money and left our money on Tara's pride. Then you would have been covered both ways. Whichever horse had won, you'd have been okay. Stupid!
What's happened?
I got involved with the Harpers.
You too, eh?
Get dressed. We're going to Eden.
Planning a little riot, are we?
Oh, I want to offer Stephanie my personal congratulations.
Oh, how are you going to do that? Put a bomb on her doorstep?
Nothing so crude. Come if you want to find out.
Should be entertaining. Seeing you come off second best to Stephanie. Yet again.
Not this time.
Jessica.
Hello.
I didn't think you'd be able to get here.
No, I didn't wait for curtain call. Where's Dad?
I'm afraid he's gone already.
Oh, no.
Congratulations about the film.
Thank you. Dan doesn't want me to do it.
Has he said so?
No, he doesn't need to.
You don't have to choose, you know.
You did.
Maybe we didn't love one another quite enough to make it work.
I could never choose a career before Dan the way you did.
Jessica, if you really mean enough to one another, it shouldn't have to be a choice. Unfortunately, I discovered that a little too late.
Hello. I'd like to make a reservation, please. Just for the one. Dr. Dan Marshall. Yes, I'll be round in about half an hour.
Are you still there? Make that reservation for 2, please. Thank you. Running out on me.
I left you a note. Goodbyes aren't my strong point.
I'm coming with you.
What about the play? And the movie?
I'll give them up. I want to be with you.
Yes, Jess, I won't let you. Now, I learned a few things living with Stephanie Harper.
Well, I don't want to choose, but we can't have both. It's impossible.
I guess that's up to us.
I suppose we could try.
I think we should.
What an adventure. I will never forget it.
We must do it again sometime.
I would love that. You have some gatecrashers.
Well, I don't remember inviting you two.
Well, we just wanted to congratulate you properly.
To your success.
So, what are your plans?
Despite the impression my wife would like to give, we're not entirely broke.
We have each other, don't we, darling?
What are they doing here?
Well, I see Steph's dragged you back in from pasture to help run it.
You are a hard act to follow,
Jilly.
Please stop it, both of you.
You're a fool if you don't have them thrown out.
I wouldn't give them both the pleasure.
I'm a bit sick. I'm going to faint.
Belated attack of conscience.
It must be the baby. If I could just lie down for a while.
I'll take her upstairs.
It's all right.
Cassie. Oh.
Well, Dennis, let's see what you're worth to Mummy dearest.
You'll be all right. Have a little lie down. We don't want to keep you from your guests.
I can wait a moment. I'll get you a glass of water.
Don't bother.
Jilly, put it down.
One squeeze of this trigger, and you won't be a thorn in my side any longer.
You're out of your mind.
You can be my witness. She came at me with a gun. We struggled. Gun went off. An accident.
Don't be ridiculous. Give me the gun.
Stay where you are. Ever wondered why he wanted to ruin you?
Leave it out, Jilly.
She should know before she dies. Jake is Greg's brother. That's how he started out. Wanting revenge for what you did to Greg. You shot him. And I spent 7 years in jail regretting it. 7 years wishing I'd turned the gun on you. Now's my chance to do it.
I saw her. She shot him in cold blood.